this place rocking already. What a scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up.
Let your brother outside. Let your brother in the garage.
Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway.
Huh? Let your brother in the garage. So go in the garage and see if you see your brother's book bag.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Go in the garage. I'm telling you where it's at. He just had it when he was outside. He didn't bring it back inside. He wants his book bag.
The offense set for a first down play. Give to the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13.
Oh, thank you.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the linebacker right there? They make calls and they play in coverage, but if you're a linebacker, you better be physical, and that dude came downhill. Somebody might want to block him up front, Palmer. Downhill and laid the lumber.
Yeah, they definitely weren't able to chip up and get him on that one. But I'll tell you, a hit like that, that makes you think twice about wanting to run the football between the tackles for the rest of this game because that dude has got some bad intentions. Hey guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Kentucky sends out the punting unit.
And all defenses talk about it. Sacks, tackles for a loss, affecting the quarterback the best way you can. The first drive of the game already getting home. Nice start for this defense.
And the returner will be brought down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out
Right.
there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable
Hey,
on that
stop.
last drive. They got to
Stop.
do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Swish, swish.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw.
Oh,
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Still running at the 40. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a grab and go for the score. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Penn State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Handoff from the gun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. There's always that issue of conference pride.
hey, why are you yelling, bruh?
On this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time? SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
Conversely, I think
Welcome to the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. With the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. We are in full-on stripe-out mode as the fans doing their part to try to distort the vision of the visitors. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Getting set for first down. He'll start this drive firing. Wide open, he makes the catch. Turns it on down the left side. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Ohio State. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
Well, they wanted to be aggressive in the passing game, and they didn't waste a lot of time. They take a shot vertically down the field to their star player. He makes the play, and he makes the defense pay.
And he tacks on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Running to daylight from inside his 25. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
He's going to pass on second down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get their hands on the quarterback and get him on the ground like they did right here.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Pulls it in. It's Duggan. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignment. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Makes the grab on the left. Knocked off his feet.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to them in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. It's third down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed, to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get it front.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can and try to get some form of penetration. Just stop that ball from going north-south. They don't do it there, and they give up the first down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. That's caught. It's Staley. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And this offense gets on the board and the first passing touchdown of the season, and I feel pretty confident saying the first of many. This offense looks like they're in a good rhythm, and this passing attack's going to be hard to stop.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to...
He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. This noise, this crowd, and you can feel the jolt of energy going through the Buckeyes.
Well, everybody loves 5-yard runs, Reese, but come on, let's get real. When you're chucking the ball down the field and you got great quarterback play and wide receivers out wide that are making plays, and fans go nuts, and the horseshoe is one of the loudest places in all of college football.
Running back searching for a hole. Powers forward but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. If you don't convert on this 4th down, there will be questions about passing on the field goal try. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed. Make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense. Going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Looking to throw on second down. Got the quick pass. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And third and long, and the offense goes with a little play action. I don't know why the threat of the run. I'm not scared by that. You can tell the defense doesn't honor it, doesn't buy it, flies by the line, gets to the quarterback, gets the big third down stop.
Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
Quick completion on the out route. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
The Buckeyes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. And the Buckeyes are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Washington State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Pullman behind them, I'm kind of banking on the comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Texas State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the misfire now on second down. DB's right up on the receivers. The run to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On third down, he drops to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. On target over the middle. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Clock now inside 4 minutes as we're getting later in the first half. On second down, he'll let it fly. Fires to the big fella. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Kentucky going quickly.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. Kentucky will be forced to punt. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get out.
Going downfield for the big play. It's complete. A huge pickup. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. The fair catch called for and made. Offense set on first down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football in.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Wildcats! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. The sure hands, it's Patterson. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job on the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. As a result, they lose yardage.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's looking deep. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's...
And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Going to the draw. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll bring it out. It's Woolen. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
One more snap coming before halftime. On the option. He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. That's going to wrap up the first half. Here and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Kentucky sends out the punting unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it up.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Fires to the tight end. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll run the option. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big time
ball in the air, intercepted. Trying to take it back. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll leave it with him. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
He's going to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Duggan. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game, but I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Makes a connection. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Kentucky right back to the line. Gonna run it. It's Patterson.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Got it in the middle. It's Diaz. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. On 4th down, going to the air. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Flushed out of the pocket. With the catch, it's Anderson. Open space at the 25. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock him free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. He's looking to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Woolen. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it, and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Now on second down. Defense in press coverage. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Grab near the sticks. It's Darasol. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on third down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this one.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He'll let it go down the right side.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They think there's room to run to the right here. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
And the Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Trying to find his man on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
That's caught. It's their assault. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his 2nd catch of the game, and we're essentially in a 2-minute situation. They have risen to the challenge. They knew coming in they were going to have to limit him, but I don't know if they even thought they'd be able to do this good.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He makes the connection. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game one. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. He's going up top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to go up top on first down. He'll throw it. It's complete to the right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Second down now after the sack. Here we go. Quick completion on the out. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the pummeling has started.
Well, they were able to come out here in week 1 and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And the extra point is good. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride. Going for it all. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over, and this coaching staff is still...
Fires one high and deep. It's complete, and he will score. Touchdown, Kentucky!
And, man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Defense still has a couple of timeouts here, David, but the offense ought to have things well in hand.
Well in hand, make them use their timeouts. Them only having two, Palmer, they're not getting back in this game unless I do something stupid.
Yeah, make them earn it. Doing something stupid would be throwing in completions right here and stopping the clock, letting the opponent keep their timeout. So you got to be really smart with the play call.
Pocket starts to collapse. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the move at the 30. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.